Good morning, students. This is Asha, your social science teacher. We were discussing word meanings. Let's move on to the first word meaning for today, and that is word meaning, or you can say key term, water cycle. The natural process of constant motion of water through evaporation, condensation, and rainfall is called as water cycle. Next is rainwater harvesting. The technique of storing and recharging of groundwater through the construction, dug wells, ponds, and check dams is called as rainwater harvesting. Next is biosphere. The narrow zone of contact between lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere is called biosphere. You must have studied in grade 7 as well. Ecosystem. The supporting and the interdependent life system that exists in biosphere is called ecosystem. Natural vegetation. Plants and trees constitute natural vegetation. Wildlife. The animal kingdom, which consists of animals, birds, aquatic creatures, and insects, is called wildlife. National park, an area of land protected by government to conserve the ecology and preserve wildlife, is known as national park. Bioreserve, an area preserving wildlife, landform, and waterways while providing appropriate public use and enjoyment of natural environment, is known as bioreserve. And the last topic, soil profile. A vertical section of soil from the surface of the parent rock below along the soil horizon is known as soil profile. Now let's move on to question answer. Question 1. Which are the two main climatic factors responsible for soil formation? Temperature and rainfall are two main climatic factors responsible for soil formation. Rainfall contributes in breaking the rocks by applying pressure, right? Rainfall contribute by breaking the rocks. Second, temperature fluctuations between hot and cold also form cracks in the rock. So they are the main two things which work in soil formation. Question number 2. Write any two reasons for land degradation. So there are many which we discussed in this chapter. So the first is ever growing demand for growing population. Second, destruction of forest cover. The way we are destructing our forest cover, that leads to degradation of land. Question number 3. Why land is considered an important resource? Why do we consider it as an important? Land is considered an important resource because it is used for different purposes such as agriculture, forest, mining, pastures, etc. It is used for construction. Human beings set up their industries, building roads, and run other commercial activities. Right? They do all these activities where? On land only. That's why it is an important resource. Name any two steps that government has taken to conserve plants and animals. There are many steps which government has taken. In order to conserve plants and animals, the government has taken following steps. Many national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves have been established to protect and conserve wildlife, right? So many wildlife sanctuaries and national parks are there. And second most important thing which we see is in India, killing of lion, tiger, deer, great Indian bustard, and peacocks have been banned. It has been banned, and if you are found killing them, you can be put behind bars. Next question. Suggest 3 ways to conserve water. So, how we can conserve water? Water is vital resource for development of economic activities. Water should be conserved in the following ways. First, water pollution should be prevented. Any kind of pollution should be stopped. Dams should be built across the rivers and lakes to store water in a reservoir. So we should construct dams and reservoir to conserve water. Forest and other vegetation covers slows the surface runoff. So we should grow more and more trees because they stop the surface runoff and they replenishes underground water. So underground water also increases. Water harvesting is another method to save surface runoff. So we can save surface runoff by water harvesting as well. So the next question here we can see, distinguish between evergreen forest and deciduous forest. We discussed that evergreen forest is found in region which experience tropical climate, like tropical climate near the equator, and deciduous forests are found in region which experience rainy and dry seasons. Tropical forest, evergreen forest, they do not shed their leaves in any season of the year, and deciduous, they shed their leaves once a year in a particular time. Evergreen trees have height exceeds 60 meters, whereas deciduous have only 50 meters of height. Evergreen forests have less economic importance as woods from is very hard and is not of much of use, and the deciduous forests have high economic value, and some example are teak and sal, whereas in evergreen rosewood and mahogany. Now list 4 factors responsible for soil erosion. There are many. The first is deforestation of or removal of forest, overgrazing of land especially by goat and sheep, velocity of winds when wind take the shape of dust storm, they lead to soil erosion. Even intensity of rainfall, torrential rain cause greater erosion. What are the reasons for forest fire? Forest fire is a major threat to entire region of flora and fauna. There are 3 main reasons. We discussed them: natural fire due to lightning, fire due to heat generated in litter, and purposely caused fire by local inhabitants. These were the main causes. Next, what are the different techniques of rainwater harvesting? So by different ways we can harvest rainwater, and these are construction or percolation pits, trenches and fields, refilling of dug wells, roof rainwater harvesting, bunds and small dams on small rivulets, recharging of hand pumps. What are the effects of deforestation? Deforestation effects are, it affects the ecosystem, it increases soil erosion, it affects underground flow of water, disappearance of wildlife as well as variety of plants, and deforestation leads to serious deterioration of genetic reserves. Last question, discuss ways to preserve wildlife. So in this chapter we discuss different ways to preserve wildlife. The first one is, we should not cut trees thoughtlessly for our needs so that wildlife may survive and multiply there. We should not hunt them during the mating season. There is a specific mating season of animals. In that we should not do hunting. There should be total ban on hunting. We should grow more and more trees, and we should cooperate with government in their efforts to preserve wildlife. So by this, children, we come to an end of this chapter, and I'll be sending you PDF of key terms as well as question answer. That's all for today. Thank you.